Hello, gang. Thanks for keeping it tuned to Evening Edition. I'm Adam Berg, and can you guess where some of the warmest weather is right now? Certainly not east of the Rockies, Southern California. Los Angeles, for instance, hitting 85 degrees. Your average high, LA, right around 68. That's nice stuff, right? Now, if you're feeling a little chilly, well, yeah, stay in Southern California, because what we find here across parts of the Midwest, just some brutal conditions, folks. That northwest wind behind yet again another one of these clippers. And by the way, just to give you a little perspective, Chicago, you guys have now been seeing snow for the last 9 days. So that area of low pressure will slowly work off to the east, but behind it, brutal winds, minus 25 to 35 in Green Bay. Chicago will be right around minus 20 to minus 30. And then Duluth there, minus 45 to minus 55. Some of the worst wind chills will be during the morning. And then International Falls, even farther to the north, right along the Canadian-U.S. border there, feeling more like minus 60. So just absolutely dangerous type wind chills out there. Your flesh can freeze in just a matter of minutes, everybody. So please heed some of those warnings if you are going to be traveling around because of some of the snow and blowing snow out there, considering how dangerous it is. Make sure you've got that emergency kit. You really need to have that sort of thing. So Chicago, getting some sunshine here on Thursday. That's going to be nice, right? First time in about 9 days. We've been seeing snow now for over a week straight. Measurable snow, too. Another 2 inches and change at the airport there. Both airports actually picked up a couple inches, and that was Wednesday already. So could this be a couple of days of sunshine? We need something positive out of all this. Look at how cold it is. And then finally back up to about 25 degrees. Now we're getting a little warmer, maybe for a little window shopping, a little Magnificent Mile type action. And even mid-20s, guys, temperatures way below average. Average highs for Chicago right around 29 degrees. So you know the United Center is going to be using a little heat. The Bulls are going to be at home, I believe, taking on the Cavs. Yes, taking on LeBron and the boys. The Cavs doing extremely well right now. Man, a lot of people are thinking LeBron basically for MVP right now. So wind chills, though, that's going to be the big story for the Midwest anyway, as all that snow works towards the Northeast. Chicago minus 30, Minneapolis minus 36. That's what it feels like. And some of the worst wind chills, though, will be during the morning hours. There you go, Duluth again, minus 47, then stuff closer to about minus 60 once you work right up towards the U.S.-Canada border. So as we go through the next few days, Chicago will get up to minus 2. That's your high for the day. So temperatures basically 30 degrees below average. Green Bay right around 0. Minneapolis worse at minus 3. But you see what's happening here, right? Some of that warmth slowly pushing our way. I mean, I couldn't imagine it getting any colder, right? Chicago 8 degrees, still over 20 degrees below average, and that's a much milder day, adding about 10 degrees to your high from Thursday into Friday. Hey, at least it's the weekend, right? Looking for your positive spin here. And then finally, as we go into Saturday, yes, some of the warmest weather that we're going to be seeing out of the next few days. 25 degrees, almost making it all the way back to average. I think people are going to be dancing in the streets here. That's going to be a nice one. 19 around Minneapolis. And the good news, though, is that wind will begin to relax over the next few days, too. So other than the wind chills, the other story will be the snows with that northwest wind. Still some lake effect snow warnings in effect through much of the day on Thursday. So some of those favorite areas with that west and northwest wind, places like Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Fort Wayne, Indiana, looking at some snowfall, and some of that could be very, very heavy. We'll find that all the way across the Great Lakes. So it's cold, but at least we've got some sunshine there for Thursday. Thursday into Friday, look at this. It doesn't look like too much of a menacing system, but it's another one of these clippers, meaning we have another cold front with it, and as that clipper works on through, we'll get another reinforcing shot of cold air and more snow across the Great Lakes as well. In Chicago, we've had one of those months already, well above average snowfall. Sunshine all the way through Kansas City, Rapid City, and temperatures actually not too bad once you get into the plains. So really the worst will be what we're dealing with here tomorrow. Let's go ahead and go to the Northeast now. We want to show you what's going on here, and it's mainly about the snow, although brutal cold here as well. But the coldest day, I would say, for the Northeast in its entirety will probably be into Friday once the cold front works on through. But still, we're going to see some pretty impressive snows. Everywhere you see this white shading here, easily a few inches, and then maybe even dealing with a foot plus. Some indications here in some of the favored snow belt areas as we go through Friday. Some of us might, in fact, be on the other side of a foot, maybe even approaching 2 feet. We're talking about some very cold air working on through. And New York City as well, looking at a little snow. Winter weather advisories out for a good chunk of the Northeast. Several inches possible in all these areas. shaded in white. So let's talk a little bit more about the forecast for the Northeast, and we'll keep it in New York City. I believe this is going to be New York City popping up for the 5-day forecast. And yes, New York City. I like it when things work out. 18 degrees for us on Friday. That will be our coldest day in New York City. Your average right around 38. 20 degrees below average plus wind. Thursday may actually feel cooler, though, with all that wind out there. And then finally working back up to at least approaching average. D.C., yeah, we're going to be talking about the inauguration next Tuesday. I'll give you a little early sneak peek, talking about temperatures in the 30s. A lot nicer than that 29, right? There's Buffalo at 6. That's not even fair. Your average high closer to freezing Buffalo. 7 degrees on Friday. D.C., that's going to be one of our cooler days during the week, 22. And then rebounding, not too bad there, up to about 29 as we push into Saturday. And again, just looking at the precip here as that clipper works on through, snow fading for us from Boston down to New York City. And now we're basically talking about lake effect snow, more wind out there. And again, the wind chills are certainly going to be an issue. And then yet another system works in for Saturday. So the conveyor belt continues to blast us. Even a little snow in Pittsburgh for that big game on Sunday. Atlanta, 38 degrees, Nashville, 23. That is your high. That's more than 20 degrees below average. Another brutal one on Friday. Check out Texas, though. You'll be warming up nicely. And we'll take you to the west a little bit later. Stays nice for much of the weekend. We'll be right back.